Here goes nothing. Shouldn't be hard with a stencil. Hello, children of the court. Welcome to another installment of Sarah Slowly Loses Her Mind on YouTube. Now I have that song stuck in my head. Anyway, if you're new and you want to get caught up on this guy over here, Mr. Dose, there's a link up above. It'll fill you in. Today we're going to do something to make this engine bay prettier. I'm getting pretty close with the wiring, so I figured I'd give you all a break on wires and do some cosmetic upgrades to this engine bay. Time to disassemble. No, it's not a wire. I'm gonna clean under here, it's dirty. Well, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh! It hit me in the head. Fuck. Better do this now than later once I have this all together. Alright, I think that's all of them. Hardware. Better believe I'm gonna clean in there once this is all apart. Going down. If you guys recall a couple of videos ago, I took apart the throttle body on this thing and cleaned it as best as I could because there's really no way you can blast those things with anything abrasive to clean them up. And then coated it in silver high heat engine enamel, same stuff I used on the block. And it came out pretty good. I like how it looks. Even matches the HKS blow-off valve perfectly. Problem is, it no longer matches the factory intake manifold. So I need to correct that. No. What are you stuck on? Got it. Good thing I ordered a new gasket for this thing. Come through phenomenal gasket scraper. Now I gotta gently remove this badge so I can restore it. Should just be double-sided adhesive that holds these on. Yep. There you go. It smells like fuel. I cleaned this thing up once already back in like 2017, 18 or whatever when I re-gasketed the entire engine when I had it out. But it needs a good thorough cleaning before I paint it. The inside of that thing is still really nasty, so I got it in the parts washer. This stuff smells absolutely terrible, but it works pretty good. If you've never done that with tape before and a hammer to paint something, it is the most satisfying thing ever to make these little tape stencils. Everything is all masked off that I don't want silver, even though it's already silver. This is so satisfying to pick the tape off. It's like peeling sunburn, but less painful for somebody. I got my new IAT sensor that's replacing the cold start injector. And there you go. No more cold start injector. The old intake manifold gasket that was on there tore because it was not a genuine Toyota gasket. The Toyota ones have metal in them, so they're strong. And that's what you want when you have a turbocharged engine, not paper. I gotta make sure my gasket surface is clean before I go to put that in there. By the looks of it, the gasket surface looks pretty clean. Good OE gasket, cheap $5 auto parts store, shitty, terrible gasket. There you go. If you guys recall the last video, I was talking about TVIS, the Toyota Variable Intake System. So where that flying saucer is, that plate with all the holes in it, that is where the butterflies are, and that gap is the gasket that I just changed. It's actually still pretty clean up inside there from when I had this engine out a couple years ago, so I didn't really have to clean much, which is good. This is gonna be a pain in the ass to install this. I don't know how I'm gonna keep this all sandwiched together and get that intake manifold in there. It came apart easy because the gasket was stuck to the engine. It's not stuck anymore. See if I can do this without scratching or ruining anything. I got it. I can't believe I fucking got it. Hello, welcome to the following day. Just stopped at the headwear store and got some headwear, except it's not. It's model paint for like little model cars. Got some red. This is dark red. It was so hard trying to get the correct color red is the labeling on the intake manifold on the MR2. And then this right here, Tamiya, semi-gloss black. Doesn't really matter the gloss content because it's gonna get cleared over. All right. Before I do anything, I gotta strip the paint off this Plaque and the clear coat. It's got clear coat on it. Oh, this stuff stinks. One thing I learned with this stuff is you definitely need a thick coat of stripper for it to do anything. Hey, it's working already. There you go. That worked pretty good. You can see there's little bits right here where the clear coat had flaked off over the years, and it's a different texture, but I got a solution for that. I gotta do this enough just to get below where you can see the little peely marks from the old clear coat, and that should be good. My finger's getting hot. Yeah, I think that'll work. You can see it gives it that nice brushed look. That's how it should be. I don't want to do too much because then it'll make the lettering hard to do. I gotta try to get this edge right here, but I don't want to go across the letters because then I'll wear the letter off. I'm handing off the Plaque to Fred because he's the painter and he's done pinstriping before, and that will give me more time to work on the wiring harness because I got a lot of work left.
This is gonna suck.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while. Gonna
try to stripe with model paint. I've never tried that, but it'll probably be fine. It's probably close enough. We'll give it a shot.
Okay. Now that that's dropped off, it's time to do harness B. Harness B. Slight change of plans. Fred had to leave unexpectedly, so I'm painting. And I got a stencil. Luckily, I have some practice with arts and crafts, so I think I got this. Here goes nothing. Shouldn't be hard with a stencil. Although the stencil is not everywhere, so I gotta be careful. It's gonna take about 2 coats, I think, because the stuff is slightly translucent. Okay, time lapse. Alright, let's see how bad it bled through. Doesn't look like it bled through at all.
Yet.
Yet. I mean, there's little tiny things I want to touch up, for sure. I mean, the Camp 16 doesn't look bad.
No, so far it looks fucking good. Sanding through the tape thing
actually works.
Yeah, I came up with that off the top of my head, and I'm actually kind of proud of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Fred's back now, so I'm gonna give him the honors of shooting the clear coat on it since I pretty much did all the lettering.
Me. Didn't do any of the letters.
You did all the taping. You did the most important part.
I didn't come up with that technique.
Now all it needs is a bit of clear coat and it's good to go. Baby Jeff, what are you doing? Oh yeah. That came out pretty good. Hello and welcome to the next day. That was hard. I don't really know how I feel about my parking job in here today. It looks like I got like just a gathering of car. It's like toothpaste that will make your mouth bleed. Part 2, mix. I just gotta smear this gooey stuff all over the backside and stick it. There it goes. I think that's perfectly centered, just like that. There you go. It looks so good. Man, that came out good. I'm so happy with how that turned out. It looks so good. So this weird thing happens when I start time-lapsing and doing wiring on the MR2. Entire days pass by. It's like 6 in the evening. I don't know what I've even filmed today. You don't have no idea how hard it is to film wiring YouTube videos. And you guys are probably so tired of watching it. I'm just trying to make progress and get it done. But I got this done. I think you'll appreciate this. This will give you a glimpse of what the finished product's gonna look like. There, down here, this loom is the body harness, and it is all wrapped up. It's attached to the frame of the car with little clip ties, and you can see down there in the bottom, it's clean. There's nothing down there. That's what the engine bay is gonna look like. You wouldn't be able to tell though from looking at this rat's nest. Everything I need from loom A is done. Now I'm doing loom B, and there's very minimal wires that I need to send out. The MR2's belly button over here is getting pretty full, sending all these wires through. I don't know how many more I'm able to stuff into it. And this is gonna go to heat the O2 sensor to the Kanlamadababa. I can't wait until I can loom all this stuff so it's nice and clean back here. Diode continuity check, yes. Need to see which one of these is knock sensor wire 1. If this beeps, it's knock sensor 1. That's knock sensor 1. So this is it. This little group of wires right here, I think there's like 8 or 9 of them, is all that's left to make that car run. And all this stuff is excess. You didn't actually think I was gonna leave that a mess, did you? I said I was gonna do some stuff to make this engine bay prettier in this video, and I need to test fit this to see if I'm gonna have any issues with clearance for vacuum lines, and also because I might have to make a bracket, maybe. I don't think so, but maybe. Because my cooling panel for the fans on top of the engine lid is carbon, I got a carbon intake tube to match it. Oops, I broke the box. That's what he said. Filter. So this is a 4-inch intake tube, so you'll notice the look at the size difference. That's so crazy. It's not gonna work. No! Stupid coolant hoses are in the way. This isn't gonna work because the way the Racer X coolant tree has the coolant hose that goes right out right here, it kind of blocks access to mount. And I want to get the filter as far over to that side duct as possible. So I gotta do something different with the coolant tree. Or what I could do, which is also probably a really good option, is to redo this coolant hose. Because if you see, the coolant hose goes down all the way over here into the corner, and then it attaches to a hard pipe that just runs down along the firewall. I don't really see the purpose in having all that. I don't see why I couldn't just have it go from here straight down to the firewall. Because there's literally a hard pipe that goes under the car to a soft line right there at the very bottom, so I can just connect it and go straight down. That's what I'm gonna do. That is the solution. Solved. Anyway, I have my tuner working on the base map on this already. I just went over all of the circuits.
So aux 1 was closed, right, for the IAC?
Aux 1 is closed, yeah. With him that I have wired up, so that way once I get these last couple wires connected, we already have a base map and we can try to start this thing. And again, I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you being patient with me through this process, because I know how the internet wants instant gratification of project cars being built like this. But it is just me doing 100% of all of this work myself, and this is not as simple as just bolting on a new part. I'm literally engineering the electrical system on this car from scratch. So I appreciate it, and hopefully this will get wrapped up pretty soon now that I just got the last wires laid out. So I'll see you soon with another video. Bye.